Hello everyone! Welcome to Watch Me Wednesday with the Cider Mill Stamper. I am hoping some people are able to hop on and join me live tonight. It's been a couple weeks since I've done a live video, so I'm excited to be doing one tonight. And I should be able to see your comments if you join me, so please say hi and let me know you're watching along with me. I am hoping to get this posted to YouTube after, because if you've noticed, the past couple weeks I've been doing YouTube videos, which has helped accommodate my schedule a little bit. My tech crew was not available tonight. Hey, Rita Mae. So I am flying solo, so I had to go back to Facebook Live. So hopefully my tech crew will post it to YouTube afterwards. So tonight we are going to be playing with Rainbows and Sunshine. I have been on a mission at work this week and last week. They gave us an opportunity to do a service project to make cards for kids in children's hospitals or Ronald McDonald's houses. So we've been making cards at work all week and having lots of fun with that. And this paper that is free this month is the perfect paper for sending cheery cards to uplift someone. So I'm making a couple more cards tonight. I'll probably make a couple more tomorrow with this fun paper. This is the Sunshine and Rainbows paper that is free with a $50 order this month, as well as next month, right? No. Yes, we're in January still. Sorry, I've lost track of what month I'm in. So this is some of the paper. I don't even have it all in front of me. I put some of it out to show you. There's a couple more. You get 4 sheets of everything. So I want to show you the other stuff. And then we have to, of course, flip over to the other side. Super bright and cheery. Awesome colors. Fun to play with. Can go with a lot of different stamp sets, which that's the great thing. You know, you can use something you have on hand to use with this, which I will be doing tonight. Hopefully you guys didn't just see that flicker. I have a heater on in here and it makes the light go snap. So lots of fun papers with this. So we'll just be using 2 of them tonight. We're going to make 2 cards. But there's lots more possibilities, and it's amazing. I've been kind of, you know, like I said, making cards over the past 2 weeks, and it is amazing how many cards you can get out of just like one piece of paper. It's unbelievable. I was using some 12 by 12 the other day. This probably get a little less out of one piece, but still you can get quite a bit from one piece of cardstock. I am realizing I did not pre-score this beforehand. So I took some Coastal Cabana, that's my card base, and I'm just going to quickly score that. Because as everyone knows, Amy can never find her bone folder. I think I had it for like 2 days and it disappeared again. So, and I have 2 of them. So where they are, I couldn't even find my paper cutter just before I went live, and I knew the stamp I was using tonight got stuck to the bottom of it because I couldn't find it anywhere. So thankfully I found where I put it, and truly it was 2 feet away from me. That's the kind of chaos that's going on here tonight. Tomorrow is my day to clean up the stamping area because it's just crazy chaos. Okay, so Coastal Cabana is going to be our card base. And then I took Magenta Madness, which I'm not sure, you know, I didn't even check to see if that's the color in that. It's probably another color, but some of these pinks are just so similar that it really doesn't matter, and it's such a small thing. If it's a little lighter, a little darker, doesn't really matter. So that's just the colors I chose. But you could always pick one of the other pinks, the polished pink, or because I said Magenta Madness, I can't think of the other pink that would go well, which is the one that I think is actually in here. But Rita May's with me, so I'm sure she'll fill us in because she's my color queen. She knows all my colors when they're not coming to my head because I'm having a total brain lapse for a moment. So I cut my designer series paper with the rainbows to 2 1/4 by, sorry, I don't memorize that either, 4 1/2. And then I went up 1/8 of an inch. So let's do our math, guys. That's 2 3/8 by 4 5/8 for my mat. You could go up a little more if you want more peeking out the side, but I went with that. So that's going to be my base for my card. And this paper is just so awesome that you really probably don't even need much more than a sentiment with it. Now, if you're using the more subtle side, you might want to do a little more stuff with it. But this is just, it's busy on its own. I always say the busy side of the paper, although this side's pretty busy, but these are great papers to use with just a sentiment stamp set. And sentiment stamp sets are a great investment. Now, if you've ever participated in one of our virtual events, usually you get a sentiment stamp set with that. So actually for this card, I'm going to be using a stamp that comes in the Celebrating You, which is in the new mini catalog. And if you are attending the upcoming virtual event, this is the stamp set that you will be receiving. So you already have a great idea for using this new stamp set. But you can always use, like if you have a different sentiment you want to use, this card is just versatile. You can use it for anything. It could be a birthday card. It could be a cheer card. It can be just almost anything. So I'm using Grateful to Celebrate You Every Day for my sentiment. And I took a circle. You can use any size circle you want. You might want to vary it depending upon the size of your sentiment. And I'm actually going to tack this down first. And I'm going with glue today because I think I left my other adhesive in a different room. So I'm just going to kind of make sure I have about 1 centimeter top, bottom, and side. So ultimately, my designer series paper is to the right. And then I'm going to take my my circle. And this is about a 2-inch circle. Like I said, vary it accordingly to whatever sentiment you're using. And then I'm going to use Magenta Madness. You can tell my Magenta Madness got a little over inked and oozed everywhere because it's the whole pad's pink. Which actually I think that's probably good because I think it needed a little oozing. It was a little juicy. So I'm just going to stamp this in the center of my circle. Because there's a delay, I'm like, I hope I'm on the screen. I'm looking up, I am. So I'm doing okay. Okay, now I feel, you probably don't notice it. I feel I'm a little off center. That's okay because we're going to be adding some bling to this. So it doesn't matter if I'm a little off. That's what bling is for. Bling is to cover any imperfections. Although, as I often say, your imperfections are probably only noticed by you and no one else. So you can either pop this up or adhere it directly. I would love to pop it up, but I'm having a feeling I'm not going to find my Nope, I think I have dimensionals here. Hopefully this isn't a finished batch of dimensionals. Let's see. Of course it is. Okay, let's see if we have... Nope. I did actually clean my desk off, so it's actually not like that horribly messy, which unfortunately when I do that, then I don't have what I need. So I'm just going to attach it directly down. But you can always add some lift with some dimensionals. Okay. Then I'm going to take the Playing with Patterns resin dots. Those are from the annual catalog. I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool because that makes lifting these so much easier. I'm going to take a large one. Trying to figure out where I want to do this. Okay, large one there. I'm going to take a medium one. Whoops. Medium one. I guess I'll go up here with the medium one. Oops. Sometimes it's so sticky it wants to stay on your tool. Okay, and then I'm gonna go, I guess actually there's 4 sizes. I haven't used these in a while. I guess I forgot. I think I'm gonna go down here with the smaller one. Okay, so we've got a cute little happy card, which I'm not liking where that went. I just want to move it up a tad. Okay, so cute little fun card, quick and easy, simple to make. This is great for my coworkers too. They might need something a little easier because they're not familiar with card making. How could that possibly be? I know, but they aren't. So they've been very intimidated, and they've now learned that, oh, it's nothing to be intimidated about. Now I'm wishing I had my bone folder because I think I went a little off with that score, but that's okay. I'll fix that later. Okay, so that's our first card. Then next, I'm gonna take a piece of basic white, the cardstock. That's gonna be my card base. This one I actually remembered to score. And then I'm going to take a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of my Misty Moonlight, which I'm so sad because we are nearing the end of its time. And that is my favorite color. And what I did was I embossed this with one of our new embossing folders, which let me get it for you. It's a 3D embossing folder. It's the Hive. So it looks like honeycomb. It's really cool, and it creates a nice background. Of course, you can use whatever embossing folder you may have on hand. So don't feel limited, or if you like a different one, maybe pick up a different one. This card can be made with almost any background there, but just that gives a little dimension to your card, and you can use either side. If you want more of that like true honeycomb look, you could use this side that I'm putting the glue on, or like me, if you want the more subtle, go with the other side. So I'm just going to center that on my card front here. Then I took a piece of Mango Melody, and let's see, this must have gotten smushed by something. That's okay. Or maybe it got sat in the sun. I don't know. There's a shadow on it. Okay. So this is cut to 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. And we're going to mat that in the center right there. That's going to be our mat for our designer series paper. Okay. And then I took a piece of the misty moonlight background, rainbows and sunshine and clouds. And I'm going to layer that there. And I think, if I had to guess, it's 3 inches by, I think 4 1/4. 4 1/4. So I love doing quick, easy cards. If you know me well, you'll know that's my mantra. I am more of a quick and easy person. I'm busy. I've got a lot going on, but I love card making. So I love when I can find something that's super simple, quick and easy to get done. And these cards tonight definitely fit the bill. Okay, so now I've got my my background. So then I took a piece of Whisper White, or sorry, oh, I'm regressing. That's an old color. Basic White, and it's 1 3/4 by, I think, 2 inches. Yes, by 2 inches. So I'm going to show you a little trick for creating a different mat for this. What I did, I'm trying to find a little strip of paper that I can kind of show an example with. I thought I had a spare piece floating around here, and I've got small pieces, not very big pieces. Well, here. Oh, I'm sure I've got a piece of scrap. Oh, I do, literally right next to me. Okay. I'm going to show you the different color because I'm just using some scrap. So what I did was I took my Ornate Layers dies. You can do this with the Stitch So Sweetly. Almost any of these border dies would work for this technique. So I need to choose something that is wider than my my white piece that I'm going to use. So I lined these up, and this one right here is a bit bigger than this. Here, let me move this out of the way. So you can see this is a bit wider than my my area that I'm going to be stamping on. So what I do is I take a piece of paper. This is not the one I took. I took a pink one. And I just make sure I cut this. So I would cut this to the same width. So I'd cut off this right here. And I would run this. You could cut it before or after. Run this through my die cut machine. So it's only going to emboss, or die cut, excuse me, not emboss. Die cut the top and the bottom. So this is kind of a think outside of the box and realize a different way to use your die. You don't have to use this just as this rectangle. You can use it as creating a border on the top and the bottom. You could use it, I could choose to just use it to create a border for the bottom of my paper. Just a little outside of the box thinking. So after you cut a piece the right width and run it through your die cutter, you end up with something like this. So see how I had a strip of this. It was a little bit longer than this. Ran it through. The one thing you really have to just be careful of is that you have a nice right angle with it, because if you cut it kind of crooked, it's not going to work so well. Or you maybe create something a little creative on the diagonal. If that's your intent, go for it. But if you want it to be straight, just make sure you have a nice right angle with this versus this when you're going in. Okay, so I cut that. So this will serve as a mat for my piece of Basic White there. So I can just mat that right there, and you see I've got a nice border. And I think I cut a little off. I might need to just trim with my scissors, but we'll do that after after we stamp and we adhere it. So now I need my stamp. Switch out. So this time I'm going to take from a different stamp set. Now for me, my intent is bright and cheery sentiments. So I'm looking through what I have for stamps. All Squared Away has some nice cheery sentiments that go with it. So I'm going to use The Best Thing About Today Is You from the All Squared Away stamp set. This is one I haven't used as much, and I probably should try to use it this spring to show you guys some possibilities with this, because it's a great set. It's actually the first set I fell in love with in the annual catalog when it came out, but I have not used it to its full potential. So watch for some things with this in the near future. Okay, so I'm going to take The Best Thing About You is About Today Is You. I'm going to get my Magenta Madness again. And stamp my sentiment there. And I'm just going to center it. Perfect. No bling necessary. I think I got it just exactly right. But you could always bling it up if you want to. I like this border, so I think it kind of, it doesn't need that bling to it because you've got the border creating the added attention. Let's see. Try to decide which side I want to move it up to. So I'm just going to take my scissors and trim that little excess there. You can do it with your paper cutter too, but I find when you have a really narrow area that you need to trim, your paper snips are going to be your best bet. These paper snips that we carry are awesome. They are super sharp. If you don't have a pair, it's like every stamper needs to have a pair of these. Okay, there we go. Got that little hairline off there. And then I'm going to center or put it off to the right. You know what? I may add some bling now that I'm looking at it. I'm like, I think it's going to need it. Wasn't thinking it would. But there we go. And I think I'm just going to grab the same resin dots I used. I'm just going to use the smaller ones this time, I think. Get my Take Your Pick tool. It's like a medium small. And then another small down here. There we go. Perfect. So two nice kind of coordinating cards to send a little sunshine to someone. These would be great for birthdays as well as sending sunshine. Now I don't know if it was a couple years ago, a year ago, we did Box of Sunshine for one of our paper pumpkin kits. And this paper just reminds me of that and reminds me of that wonderful idea. You know, if you have someone you know who's feeling a little off lately or just needs a little cheer. I actually have done it for friends. I've sent them a box of sunshine. You pick all yellow things and put it in a box. So just something a little different to do, just to brighten someone's day, give them a little pick-me-up. And these cards just are so suited for that. As I'm looking at this, I'm feeling like it's crooked, but it's on an angle. Me and my issues with crookedness. So super simple cards. Remember, you can get the paper for free this month with a $50 order. So feel free to visit my website, place an order, and you'll be able to select it for free. If you need any help with that, always feel free to contact me. I'd be more than happy to help you out. So I hope everyone enjoyed the cards this evening, and I'm not sure what my schedule is going to be like next Wednesday. It's a little hectic in the evening, so it may be a pre-recorded video, but I'll probably let you know in the morning what you can expect, if it's going to be live or it'll just be a posted video. Okay, so everyone have a wonderful week and take care.